Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I'm so happy that I got my hair samples that I have told you in the previous video when I told everyone that I plan to become a hair reseller. Let me just position that a little like that. So I got all the samples. Let me just spread them so you can see. So to make this easier, I'm gonna split this into two sections because I got samples from two factories that I know, and here is what this factory, the first hair that I got, this hair is the normal hair that I will have. Now I got to say that when the hair is in the steamed curly state, I'm going to show you in a moment, the hair is a little less, how can I say that? It's less super silky like that. You know, this thing just bundles very easily with each other. It doesn't fluff up. It creates a beautiful movement, and it looks slightly heavy, if I can say so, in the good term. Now this hair is shiny hair, it's lucius, and it has a luster. I'm pretty sure that a lot of ladies wouldn't want to have this kind of hair, but unfortunately the hair that is straight but doesn't have any shine to that is the Indian hair, and I think I have already covered that issue, that I cannot trust any Indian vendors because their hair doesn't always come good. I spoke about this in the previous video. So what I have here, this and this is all the same hair, and I got like a kilo of that in about 12 to 13 inches. You can see how much that is. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it with all the hair, is I'm gonna make little samples of that hair. Like take this amount of hair, for example, form a sample, and then I'm gonna be able to sell this to the people so they can see that. I was gonna give this away, but I have to tell you guys, even the 12 inches was very expensive. I paid a lot of money for that hair, so I can't really give the samples away. It's gonna be very cheap. Like one sample could be like $4 or $5 or $3, I don't know. I'm gonna see how many I have to make. I'm gonna see how much money I paid approximately, and I'm gonna divide this by the amount so as to just try to see that if I can just make this good for you and compensate a little on behalf of me. So this is the thick hair. Now the same factory has finer hair. I communicated with them, and I'm gonna have to go to the other bundle as well to show you. So let me just put this aside for a while. This is also super double drawn, and I got it in purpose because of the fact that I want to make the samples. They didn't have super double drawn, and it was extremely expensive. Now these two next to each other, they look, yeah, that's obviously thinner than that. I can say it's not a huge difference in my opinion, but it's not, but it's actually a little, you know, you can feel this, it's silkier, it's creamier. So this is all the hair. This is only half a kilo, and then, oh, this is more obvious. Take a look. The camera might not be able to tell, but this hair is just thinner and finer, and it seems to have a little bit more of a nerve. Like it's super straight. So I have to say that I'm gonna explain to you. Let me just take this. Let me just find. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one here. It seems to be a little longer. And from all this hair, I'm gonna keep that one. Now, this is from one factory, and the factory that I liked mostly about the thin hair The reason why I deal with two factories is because this factory has this hair cheaper than that hair. The thick hair, both factories carry thick hair, but this factory carries better services than that. They have the super double draw, they have the 50% double draw and stuff, and they also are a little better at dealing with the hair with the thick ones, while the thin hair, this factory is slightly cheaper and they are better at handling the thin hair. Let me just go ahead and show you. This is 1 kilogram of hair, and let me tell you something. This looks almost identical to that. This looks slightly thinner than that. This is definitely thinner than that. I don't know if you can peek. And this is super thin. This is very rare hair. This is almost like Slavic hair. Now let me just get something straight. What I really like about this factory and the thin hair is that they have what I told you, the black hair and the dark brown hair in natural. I got both of these. Like, this is 1 kilogram of hair, 500 is the dark brown and 500 is the black. What I have to say here is that this bundle over here didn't pass my quality check. It almost looks like that. See? And this is supposed to be thin hair. Now, the problem is that this one, which is the other black, this is slightly thinner than that, but this is almost identical to this. And this is not super thin. So what I concluded is that the black thin hair they have, this is a little brown, but okay, whatever. The black thin hair they have is not as thin as the dark brown. Now let me get you to the dark brown. This is most of the hair in the dark brown. There's almost one here in black, if I remember correctly. This is thin hair, okay? This is what I regard thin hair. It's creamier, it has a better surface, it's beautiful. It's a little bit more brown, you can see that. And they told me that they carry a very fine line, which is almost like Slavic. This is very expensive and very rare hair, so I don't know if I will be able to carry this hair forever. Like, they sent me this as same and similar, and they did a good job, but this is thinner than that. So, you know, it's hair that grows on top of human head, on the head of a human, so you can't really know. So what I concluded is that I'm going to get this hair, obviously, for the normal hair. It has a lot of bounchiness and it's heavy, and it can get into a steam curl process, or it's double drawn, wefts, bulk, whatever we want. I'm probably not going to take thin hair from this factory. I don't know, I think I might have to do that. I don't know, depending on what people like, because someone might want to have this hair instead of that. And I'm gonna deal with this factory for thin hair. So I took the time and I put a tag on every little piece. Oops. And then I cut off a small piece. Let me just show you. I don't know if you can see that. Snipping off a little piece. This is number 5. Let me just try to find it. It's not in order, unfortunately. What the hell is it? 6, 15, 9, 13, 11. There it is. See? 5 and 5. And this is how it bleached. And I have one for everything, and if you see closely, this is how they turned. Now, some of these might have bleached a little less, like this, for example, next to this. But it bleached uniformly. It doesn't seem to have any dark strands in there, or like 1 or 2 or something, and this is an indication that this is virgin hair. The reason why it doesn't bleach, that all the pieces don't bleach uniformly, is because they don't all come from the same donor. So that means that one person has hair which might be bleaching easier, like this, for example, while another one might have a little more resistant. Different people have different hair. Just because it's all black, it doesn't mean that it's the same hair. But what I care is for it to be 100% virgin, and according to my test, this is 100% virgin. I did the exact same thing to the same company, the same factory, but for the thin hair. Remember that I told you that the first factory had both of these, and I gotta say that the thin hair bleached slightly better. I'm gonna show you comparison. Still, this is wet, that's why it's a little darker. I don't know if you can see that it's wet. Still, not everything bleached equally. You can see this is practically platinum. Look at that. And this is, let me just find this. This is number 10. Let me just find number 10, 11, 4, 9, 1, 8. This is 10. This white hair, almost white, came from this hair. Take a look. This is amazing, and this is just one bleach, which I left it for like 50 minutes or almost like an hour, and it's a little damaged, but it can lift, and if you use Olaplex, it's gonna be even better. So this hair also bleached very well, and it all passed the test, you can see. And of course, I did the exact same thing for the second factory that has only the thin hair. And let me just show you exactly. I actually have separated into two because there was a lot of hair and a lot of little bundles. Here's what. From this batch, all the hair bleached except two. These two didn't bleach. I mean, this one hardly bleached at all, and this bleached just a little bit, and mostly in the end. So these two, it's the 14 and the 16, which is these two. Now these two have a beautiful, they are beautiful hair, and even after they are bleached, where are they? It still feels soft and smooth and pretty nice. It doesn't look like it's damaged or anything, but it doesn't bleach. So personally, I cannot sell this for virgin hair. If someone buys it and wants to dye it, then I'm gonna look like an idiot. So why this hair is not bleaching? Well, probably the donors didn't really have virgin hair. So this is a good thing. These two hair would probably be, if I have a huge stock and I come across bundles like that, I'm gonna resell them as inferior hair that doesn't bleach. But I can guarantee that this hair is soft, is cuticle correct, but this is not gonna be my product, so I really don't care if anyone doesn't want to buy this kind of hair. Like, who cares? Yeah, all the other hair just bleached. Pretty nice. Some of them are a little resistant, like this, for example, but it still bleeds. Some of them bleed like supernaturally, like this one, for example. Pretty okay. And then these two will have to go nearby. This is one of the batches. And then I have another one here. These are mostly the blacks. I try to separate them according to the color, and I have to say that these two are actually black as well, so they shouldn't be on the other batch, but who cares? It doesn't really matter. I can see that these two are not good. Okay, so I'm putting them aside, and on this one here, I can say that they all kind of bleached. Like, let me just see, this is number 10, this is number 12. Let me just find them. 10, 12. What the hell? 12 and 10, yeah. Yeah, these two, they're not even thin enough. I mean, even if they were virgin, they wouldn't go to the thin side, although they're supposedly thin. But I have to say that so far, all the hair that didn't bleach very well were the black ones. All the browns bleached nicely. So as I said in the previous section, I'm only gonna deal with the dark brown thin hair because it seems to be the best, the thinnest, and always virgin. So these three are not virgin. What else? Yeah, and some of these are also a little resistant to bleach. Like, let me just take these two out. This is a little resistant. This one is number 8, quite resistant, not too much. It does bleach, but you know, you have to run second bleach. So this all proves my my case that when I start dealing with hair, I'm gonna have the thin hair from this factory, but not the black ones. I'm gonna have the dark brown ones. So yeah, now what I have to do is go to the next step. I'm gonna keep these in separated, obviously, so as not to blend them with the other. And I'm going to have I'm gonna actually take pieces now and make more samples with all the hair ready to be sold, so as to start reselling at least the samples, and then we can proceed to the next step, which is to get orders and order a bigger amount and then process it and then send it to you. Finally, oh my goodness, people, I did a huge mistake taking bulk hair, trying to turn it into samples. It was hell to do so. I had to use my mini scale just to make sure that there would be some consistency, because I didn't want one to be that thick and one to be that thin. So I just used the scale and I had to draw everything. If it was wefts, I would just snip off the weft this amount and it would be just ready. This is why it took me so long. It's almost like a month later because I also had some orders. Never again. So yeah, let me just show you this. This is the dark brown hair, which is the factory that I will deal with for the thin hair, and it's pretty good. It's pretty amazing. The I just discarded. Oh, let me just show you. I have to show you this. From all the hair, this is the amount of hair that I threw away. This is just super short hair. You can see that. Look at that. It's that short that I was discarding, and I don't know how much this is because I'm gonna weight it later. What the hell is that? Whatever it is, but it seems to be like at least 50 grams of hair. It could be more. I don't know. I'm gonna weight it later. I promise, and I'm gonna show you. So this is the amount that I threw away, and yeah, it's thick to the ends, not too thick, but you know the whole body has a lot of hair. It's the ends that have a little bit of layering. So this is the thin hair, and I have like more than half a kilo of hair worth of samples. This is the dark thin strands, and here's what I still have. This is as well the same. This is the bleached part. As you can see, the bleach is nice. I haven't turned this into samples, and I also have some more over here, which is the black thin hair. This is the brown, dark brown. This is the black. And the reason why I didn't do it all that much is because I don't really know. It's taking so long. So if people really want to buy this hair as well, I'm gonna have to make more samples. But for now, I think I'm just good with that, because I know for sure that most of the people will want to get the dark brown thin hair because it actually is the real thing. You can still try that because it is thin strands. It's good, but you know, I have some concerns about it. I still have some samples here for whoever wants to order that and whoever wants to see that. This is all virgin hair. It's gonna be exactly like that, just that this is a little more brown, you know, and this is like an off black. So let me just take this aside. I have plenty of this more to make. Don't judge it by this amount here. Just put it over here. And of course I have this is what took me the most time, because this is the normal hair, and this is it looks like pitch black next to this. Even this looks a little bit more brown. You can see that this looks even more brown than that. This is the normal typical Asian hair, and it's thin enough, but it's not as thin as these two. This is the thinnest. This is thin enough, almost as thin as this one, just tiny little bit thicker because it's black and it looks thicker as well. But you can see how beautiful that moves. That it has a nerve. The hair have a nerve. It's not fluffy hair. The same thing to this one. See how healthy that looks? Some people might have a problem with so much healthiness. So this is the normal hair. As you can see, each group is 100 grams, and I have plenty of samples. Now the sampling is, let me just take this out here just to show you. This is the amount of sampling that you get, and it's going to be very cheap. I'm going to explain to you in another video how you can order that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and ask me anything you want.